and hold me fast. The magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
Welcome back, everyone, for episode 4. We are very excited to take you on some new adventures today, and thank you so much for joining us.
And you may remember in last week's episode we introduced you to our indoor pool, which is one of the main reasons that we chose to buy this particular chateau. It gives us so many opportunities to enjoy the swimming pool year-round, but as you can see from these photos of when we bought it, it is a rather white, sterile anodyne box, and we would like to have it join the garden as well as be more in keeping with the chateau and the spa-like aesthetic that we would like to give it. We're also going to introduce you to some of our new projects and give you the answers to last week's Pavlova quiz.
I've just woken up for a really exciting delivery.
This is a book that I've been on the hunt for ages. It's about Joan of Arc, and it's absolutely exquisite. It's a collection of songs that were written and 15 pages of the most beautiful images in the Art Nouveau style. It was published in 1900. The book itself is in terrible condition, which is great actually, because then I won't feel guilty about using these for our Joan of Arc themed bedroom that's going to be revealed to you very soon. Aren't these gorgeous? I love the way the depictions are soft and shadowy in these beautiful colors of gray and gold. And I'm going to be using these same colors in the decorations of the bedroom. So I've been pulling out my trusty fabrics. I have this beautiful gold brocade and also this wonderful blue-gray chenille. And these two colors also happen to be the two colors, or very close to them, of the two Pantone colors of 2021. So I shall be very on trend as well. Meanwhile, Simon is hard at work in the garden, digging up some straggly shrubs that I'm going to replace with beautiful beds of roses. Well done.
You're filming me.
I am. You're doing a great job. Well, look, you got the whole root and everything. Well done. I need a big smile.
Here we are at our very favorite supermarket called the Grand Frais. It's all over France and everything inside is fresh.
Today, Simon is in charge of Cheese of the Week. And as you might remember from episode 2, he adores blue cheese. So I wonder what treats he has in store for us today.
First of all, we would like to say that we are completely overwhelmed by how many of you have subscribed, sent us wonderful comments, and have been generally encouraging of us making these little videos, which we really did not expect anyone to be watching other than family and maybe a few friends, but really we're so overwhelmed and so thankful. With regard to the comments, I have chosen my 3 favorites.
These are all-time favorites. Okay.
These are my 3 current all-time favorites, yes. Okay, so I'm going to read the first one. I'll let you read the second one.
Oh.
This one is from Joanne C. Let's call her Joanne C. She very, very kindly said, "What fun to watch you two. You have the sweetest laugh." Oh, I think she means me, maybe you. You softest voice and wonderful presentations. I'm a Texas girl, but must have been French in another life. Aw, I know that feeling. I cannot get enough of chateau living. And that husband, ... When you said he talked too much, I nearly spit out my morning coffee. He is hysterical and sounds like my husband of 47 years. He reminds me of Colin Firth.
That's very kind, very kind, but...
And you know what, my mother also says that Simon reminds her of Colin Firth. So, well...
Congratulations on 47 years.
47 years is amazing. Congratulations. I really hope we can make it to 47 years.
Well, don't worry.
Simon, I've been saying you look like Colin Firth for years, but since I'm your mother-in-law, I can say you're even more handsome and much more charming.
Yeah, that's what it's
So
from.
this is from Carrie, who is, I hope I'm saying that right, this is a friend of Vivienne's sister Ashley. And here's what she wrote very kindly. Your sister's videos are so fun and glamorous, yet still approachable and not pretentious. I was telling Dean about them, and he joked that I should do my own version. The cheese of the week could be Velveeta, and I can share how to mix it with a can of Rotel. I have no idea what that is. For an elegant queso dip, I'm sorry, I speak English, not American English. For an elegant queso dip paired with the finest of tortilla chips.
Queso is actually Spanish.
Is it? I would then take a short jaunt to the Aldi near my house and show a cart full of $3.99 Aldi wine. Yes. For the gardening segment, that's actually, in America you can get $3.99 Aldi wine. Never seen it. For the gardening segment, I could share myself filling in the hole Tony has dug in the backyard with rocks, mulch and soil in hopes that he'll, for the love of Pete, stop digging.
Tony's the dog.
I thought it was the husband.
Oh. Dean's the husband.
Oh, Dean's the husband.
Tony's the dog.
Tony's the dog. Okay. I thought it was a gardening project that she was hoping he'd finish or something.
That will be her gardening project.
Then I would show Dean and I sitting in the TV room binging Netflix as our beautiful together time. Well, funnily enough, when we're not videoing each other, we have been known to sit and binge a little bit on Netflix.
Okay. Speaking of a short jaunt to Aldi, we actually did take a short jaunt to Aldi just ourselves today, where we got a really good deal on plants. And they also had $3.99 wine, so you are not alone. We are more alike than you think, Carrie. And our dog also digs holes in the back garden, so yes. We could have the same vlog, Carrie. I'm going to read the last one. And this one is my favorite. This one is my all-time favorite. This is from Matthew H. And this is short and sweet. He says, "More, not less, Simon." Happy face.
Be careful what you wish for, Matthew.
I think to myself every morning when I wake up, more, not less, Simon.
And yet... Sorry.
More, not less, Simon. More.
Seriously? I'm digging holes. I'm doing what Tony does. Or is it Dean?
So the first job to do in the pool area was to get rid of all of those white walls. And so I decided to paint the walls this lovely shade of mossy green to tie it in with the garden. And yes, I even painted the dehumidifier. Last week in episode 3, you saw me planting up the window boxes and starting to prepare what the plants inside the pool area were going to look like. Hey, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
Simon is making shelves around the pool area.
Well, I just finished.
And they're looking really good. They're going to be holding the plants. Well done, sweetie.
That's a lovely colour.
Isn't it beautiful? It's called peacock blue. And at night, it turns into this really lovely midnight blue shade. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a very nice foil to the moss green that we've chosen for the rest of the pool.
Okay. And why do we choose that colour?
Well, the last owners, when they designed this pool, they very thoughtfully installed a shower, a pool shower for people to rinse off before and after they get in the pool, which is right behind me. It's these lovely shades of Wedgwood and navy, and this accent wall goes beautifully with the shower and the pool and the outside.
Oh. Okay. Oh, okay, I see the shower.
You see the shower? You've seen the shower before.
Well, I've seen it before, but what I mean is I have it in the camera. The camera sees the shower. I mean, obviously I know what the shower is. I might even have used it once or twice.
Simon, cut to the chase.
Or as my talented Italian brother-in-law, Mirko, would say,
Simon, cut to the chase.
Mirko, did you say cut to the chase?
Cut to the cheese.
Cut to the cheese.
It's time now for Cheese of the Week, and it's my turn to present this because it's a choice of two blue cheeses that are made here in France, and blue cheese is one of my favourites. I have actually traumatised my nephews in the past by eating a large slice of blue cheese for dessert. I've got two cheeses here today. One is called fourme de Montbrison and the other one is called the fourme d'Ambert. And the name fourme is an old name. It's from an Occitan word, originally, forma, and it's also to be found in the Latin, forma, and it became the basis for the word fromage, which is the French word for cheese. So here in France, we have still the name fourme, which we use quite commonly for the blue cheeses. So I thought I'd present both. Anyway, the word fourme also dates back to Roman times. It's been around a very, very long time. It's been mentioned in texts in the 8th and 9th century and relates to, one particular text relates to leaving the fourme along with the eggs and the cereal and a number of other things outside a cave at one point. So fourme is an ancient word and it's still in use today. So here we have the fourme de Montbrison, which is made at 1,000 meters altitude. And we have the fourme d'Amboise, two very nice blue cheeses. They have the blue colouring in them because originally this was introduced into the cheeses by creating Penicillium roquefort, which is also in another cheese called the Roquefort cheese. And the way they used to cultivate the penicillin was to cultivate it outside the rye bread crust, on the rye bread itself, and then introduce it into the cheese. The fourme de Montbrison and the fourme d'Amboise, two very different blue cheeses. And there we go. I thought we'd taste them and see how they are. So now the best bit, which is to test the cheese and see how they are. Let's see what they taste like. Nice. It's nice and creamy. So it's very fresh. It's quite a young cheese, I suspect. Now, we compare it with the fourme de Montbrison. That's very good. So this cheese, actually, it's quite funny. If you've had some cheeses that are made in the Alps, in the mountains, this cheese has a very similar texture and flavour. I assume, again, because it's made at 1,000 metres. But it's actually quite distinctive compared to the fourme d'Amboise. Always happy to have some blue cheese.
Now it's time to renovate an old bistro set that we have had for 30 years. It is covered in dirt and rust, but let's see if we can rehabilitate it.
As you can see, it's in quite bad condition. So it just needs a little bit of TLC. Cleaning grout is definitely not my favorite thing to do, but some jobs just need to get done.
This is really satisfying. It looks absolutely lovely.
I don't know if you can see this, but it is pouring with rain outside. Absolutely bucketing down. Times like this, when it's cold and pouring down with rain outside, that being inside with the pool is really nice.
One of the downsides of having an interior space that gets quite humid is that occasionally mildew does form, and then we have to clean those windows.
Hello, handsome window cleaner.
Hello. I love cleaning windows.
What did you say? Your favorite job?
My favourite job. There's nothing else to do. Well, I'm actually sitting around the house thinking I could do with a bit of entertainment. I grab a brush and some squeegee, and off I go. It's great. Love it. You know, we should really do this more than once a year because it's so much.
We really should do this more than once a year.
It's so much fun. Really enjoy doing it. I should really just do this once a day.
This could be your career.
Oh, do you think so? I think so.
I think you're very good at it.
Oh.
We were hoping that this was going to be a disaster-free Chateau video, Chateau vlog, but we've woken up today to find a huge mess in the veranda. That's one of the projects that we have yet to renovate.
Our poor veranda. It's going to be glorious when it's finished, but now it's absolutely flooded. And as you can see, it was already missing some panes of glass. We're replacing lots of things in this space. Currently, as you can see, we're using it as a storage room, and I was gilding some mirrors. We weren't going to show you this space just yet, but it's always good to keep it real. We found the culprit. With the exposure to the elements, the radiator's pipes have actually burst. There's a huge crack in this radiator, and now it looks as though we'll have to get it replaced.
As you can see, I'm not only planting succulents and palms, but also some really lovely lavenders
They are going to be so happy when they finally make it into their pots. Get some pretty flowers in here also, it'll be beautiful. And I'm getting my hands dirty, which, as you know, is one of my favorite things to do.
Almost finished with planting, but oh dear, it seems that I have made a rather large mess.
It's really late here. I'm actually gardening in the dark. Indoor gardening is really fun, and I guess I should wrap it up soon. It is pitch black outside.
Are you still working here in the gardening?
I am still working here in the garden. Are you coming to get me?
Yeah, we're under the trees. Look.
We are under the trees.
The jungle's going to get us.
This is what happens when I try to film. I get photobombed.
Well, that's such a nice hat. There you go, look.
Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you for helping me make beautiful videos.
It's like an Amazonian jungle in here.
It's still feeling quite wintry and grey outside, but it was Sunday, and Isabella was taking a break from studying, so we decided to hop in the car and go to one of our favorite places, which is the city of Amboise. Located quite close to our house, it is one of the loveliest cities in France, which features not just one, but 3 castles. The Chateau of Amboise, the Chateau Gaillard, and the final home of Leonardo da Vinci, the Chateau de Clos-Lucé. What's amazing about all 3 of these castles is they are actually within walking distance of each other, just a few minutes, and so a trip to Amboise is very satisfying indeed. As soon as everything reopens, we'll be delighted to take you inside some of these wonderful places, but meanwhile, let's enjoy the architecture.
What have you got?
Well, I got some pastries from the store behind us, and I asked her what was fresh today, and apparently they make these every day. If I can open it. Oh, here we go. There we go. Wow. These are macarons. Look at the nice big ones.
What kind are they?
That was a little crushed, but caramel, coffee, and chocolate.
Ooh,
and,
delicious.
They're fresh every day. Nice.
Great. Well, those didn't last long.
That's all that's left. They were really good.
What do you think?
Delicious, yeah.
Yeah, they were very, very good.
Thank you, handsome husband, for that lovely original music. In case some of you thought that my sister was the only talented family member, we have lots of surprises for you in the coming episodes. Lots of clever and fun people to introduce you to. As we were leaving Amboise, we crossed over to the Île d'Or, or the Island of Gold, across from the Chateau of Amboise, where we discovered for the first time ever the statue of Leonardo da Vinci. We had never seen this before. It's absolutely incredible. It presents Leonardo as a Greek god, and it was created by the Italian sculptor Amleto Cataldi and presented to the city of Amboise in 1935. Leonardo da Vinci is actually buried in the chapel of the Chateau of Amboise, and it's really lovely to see this beautiful statue just tucked away in this lovely park. Something else that we've just discovered. It's always something new and exciting.
It's the Loire River, La Loire, one of the most important rivers in France. Look how big it is. Can you imagine building that bridge in, I wouldn't say it's medieval.
It's not Roman.
No, definitely not Roman, but I would say maybe the 1700s, 1800s, 1755. It's got a recording there of a flood, 1755.
So it's definitely
So it was
older
before
than that.
1755. So maybe the 1600s or the early 1700s they built that bridge.
Well, we'll have to
Look
find
at
out.
it.
Yeah.
The Loire was a really important transport artery during that period before motor cars were invented. Everything moved by boat, and it all went down the Loire River in this area anyway.
Look at that. Wow.
It's a really pretty town, Amboise. We'll have to come back when it's all open, but for a nice little
It was
day
nice to
trip-
get out of the house, though,
nice
wasn't
little day
it?
trip. It was lovely, wasn't it?
It
Wasn't
really
it
was.
fun?
It was great.
I don't understand what joke. What joke?
Bad joke, Papa. Are you serious?
I don't. What joke?
So for any of you who are technologically minded and want to see the control room of the swimming pool, here it is. It's actually an oxygen active, or sometimes known as an ozone swimming pool, and there's no chlorine that's used. The water is treated by an oxygenation process, and the products that are used balance the oxygen and the pH. And so we don't have to do anything. It happens completely automatically. The water doesn't have any kind of chlorine smell, and it's very buoyant. It's a lovely swimming pool to float around in without any odor or any harsh chemicals. As you can see, they did a lovely job of installing all of this, and Simon was beside himself when we were Chateau shopping because he couldn't believe how good the electricity was and how great the pipework was. And having lived in a number of very old houses, this was definitely something to consider.
And now it's time for the answers to our Pavlova quiz. Pavlova is our dog that we featured in episode 3. And the quiz question was, did we name Pavlova after Ivan Pavlov, the Russian scientist who used dogs in his conditioning experiments? After Pavlova, the dessert, which is a fluffy white meringue? Or after Anna Pavlova, the ballerina? Well, you would have been a very good guesser if you had guessed Ivan Pavlov, because we as a family absolutely adore all things science. Our daughter is studying microbiology at university with a focus on virology, immunology, and she loves astrobiology as well. But that's the wrong answer. The next guess might have been the fluffy white meringue dessert. And as I'm pretty sure we established in the first 3 episodes, we really, really, really like food.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And even though Pavlova is sweet and fluffy and very delicious, that was also not the right answer. The correct answer is that we named Pavlova after Anna Pavlova, the Russian ballerina. All of our dogs have had Russian names. The first one was Tolstoy. Our second, Samoyed, was Pushkin. And Pavlova was a perfect name for her because ballet is very dear to our hearts. I grew up with ballet, absolutely adore it. Isabella danced ballet until she was about 14, hit 6 feet tall, and could no longer wear the toe shoes, which was a very sad day for all of us. And mostly because we adore Isabella's ballet teacher, who was one of the dancers of the Persian ballet up until 1978 before she started her own dance school in Paris. And not only do we consider her a beautiful member of our family, I feel like she's a second mother to me, as third grandmother to Isabella. And she has taught our whole family so much about grace and poise and beauty. And to name Pavlova after a great dancer was a privilege.
If they had said Pavlova after the dessert, they might be correct, because the dessert was named after the Russian ballet dancer. So it's not too far away.
You
So I
might
think
have a point.
we can give a half point to people who put down the dessert.
There you go.
I'll always argue for dessert.
Poor Simon has been very busy digging out the shrubs and hedges from the flower beds. Some of these were dead, some of them were overgrown, and others were not very beautiful after they had finished their first blossoming in springtime. And so we're going to replace them with formal flower beds, although we would love some other ideas for bulbs and perhaps some other things we can use to fill out the flower beds. So you gardeners out there, send us your ideas in the comments below.
Hey Ma, what are you up to?
Hi! It's a surprise.
I can't wait to show you later when it gets dark outside.
Can't wait to see it.
And now for the completed pool area. Here are the external 1 meter thick granite walls of the chateau, leading in to our lovely new space. Green walls reflecting the garden, spa curtains to deflect the light, a relaxing feel, seating for 10 people, and all of those lovely plants.
Your love is rain, my heart, the flower. Give me your love or I will die. My very life is in your power. Will I wither and fade or bloom to the sky? Give the flower water to drink. Give the flower water to drink. The rain can fall on distant deserts. The rain can fall upon the sea. The rain can fall upon the flower. If the rain has to fall, let it fall on me. Give the flower water to drink. Give the flower water to drink.
So I can't wait to show you this space at night. I've spent all week planting, getting it ready, but I still have a few tricks up my sleeve, and I am excited to show Simon and Isabella. They have no idea what's about to come, and I'm looking forward to showing you as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Can't wait to have more adventures with you next week.
Your love is rain, my heart, the flower. Give me your love or I will die. My very life is in your power. Will I wither and fade or bloom to the sky? Agua de bebé, give the flower water to drink. Agua de bebé, give the flower water to drink.
Okay, you guys can come in now. Come in.
Come in, okay.
Come
I'm looking
in.
forward to seeing what you've done.
Same.
Oh
my
gosh!
Wow.
Oh
This
my
is
god, this is
beautiful.
great. I love the chair and the table.
Yeah, I love all the fairy lights. It really adds some sparkle to the room.
It's really pretty. You can actually...
Isabella, you think you can have some fun in here with your friends?
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Merci beaucoup.